Hey everybody, JC coming back at you live from 2024 RELA Asset Protection Conference in partnership with the National District Attorneys Association and the Coalition of Law Enforcement and Retail. Hey, this interview is being brought to you by Insurity. Insurity was one of our sponsors this year. We really appreciate what they do, so please make sure you get by their booth and visit them. Check out all their new solutions and what they're bringing to the table to help combat retail crime, organized retail crime as well. I've got the pleasure of bringing back Rich Rossman, the president of the Florida Law Enforcement Property Recovery Unit, FLEPRU, down there in beautiful Florida. Beautiful, beautiful Florida. I love coming down every year and attending that conference. God, I've been coming to that conference for years. Rich is also the past president of CLEAR, so the Coalition of Law Enforcement and Retail as well. Rich, great to see you once again. I mean, we see each other only a couple times a year, so once again, great to see you. You made this happen. This is kind of your baby, right? You did it with the partnership of a few people, but really this one, you hit it out of the park with this partnership.
Yeah, thanks, John. Like I said, it came from a lot of help, starting back from inception. Who would ever thought, 14 years ago, here we are, right, as an organization, CLEAR, partnering with RELA at one of the Gaylord resorts throughout the country. Kind of a dream come true. It's amazing how the growth.
Humble beginnings. I remember Jack and I realizing at the last minute, at the very, very first conference that we held, that we didn't even have microphones. What were we going to do? We had we bought two microphones. I don't even know what store it was back then, but running to the store saying, oh my God, we got to get a microphone. So very humble beginnings to what we are today.
Excel spreadsheets, attendance, sticker, name badges, and here we are, broadcasting live from a great venue, great partnership here at the RELA conference, RELA CLEAR Conference 2024.
Sure, we've got a community pavilion here this year, which is part of the CLEAR, the coalition, bringing various organized retail crime alliances, associations together to meet and partner. Right.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Law enforcement from around the country are here. The National District Attorneys Association meeting actual district DAs throughout the country. Sure. The elected DAs are here, taking a vested interest in their communities and coming up with solutions. Like one of the things that Lisa kind of brought back, it's the whole holistic approach, bringing everybody together into the room, the stakeholders, law enforcement, the DAs, the retail, the solution providers, to come up with some of the solutions to these complex problems.
Right.
That have been,
let's talk about some of this content on the agenda and how important it is for all of these organizations, the three entities coming together with retail and actually learning together, right?
Yeah, that's one of the unique things I really enjoy about CLEAR, the way we were set up. It's that partnership. It's a 50-50 partnership. Our board is set up with 50% law enforcement, 50% retail. But CLEAR, over the course of the last few years, has continued. The growth has been tremendous. Yeah. And we're getting high level, we're getting senior VPs, we're getting directors. So to be able to train with, senior level people in asset protection and senior level law enforcement and the detectives and the sergeants, everybody in the room kind of hearing the problems and roundtabling, brainstorming, coming up with solutions. It's great to see the growth.
Yeah, absolutely. And wow, think about maximum attendance here. We've got, standing room only in a lot of these sessions. I know Ben had a couple sessions where he did, and they actually had to, open up the registration more and actually move into a bigger room, bringing all these people together and really expanding upon what our mission is at CLEAR, and actually, driving this partnership with the three entities, and then coming together with the solution providers and actually, seeing some of the great solutions that are available to combat the problems that we face, right, in our communities, from the retail sector, from the law enforcement sector.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Attending some sessions, give me your take, man. Is this some great content?
It's great content. I mean, from never take the opportunity to learn. Knowledge is power, and I think some of the content here is second to none.
Sure.
The sessions that we've learned. One of the sessions transitioning from the law enforcement to the retail side. We had some cyber crimes, leveraging your cyberspace within some of the retail communities, all that they can bring to the table to law enforcement to help us with investigative leads. It's great.
Yeah. And now FLEPRU, going back to FLEPRU, great conference coming up October 7th through the 10th down there at the Rossman in Orlando, Florida. Can't wait for that. Talk to me about the agenda. What have you guys put together?
Back to where we started. Like I said, if those of you that don't know the story, CLEAR, Coalition of Law Enforcement and Retail, is kind of brought about by FLEPRU.
Sure, it was born out of FLEPRU.
Born out of FLEPRU. FLEPRU saw the necessity of a national footprint. And 14 years ago, here we are at the Gaylord Resort, and I think our footprint is pretty firm. But yeah, getting back to FLEPRU, we're going to be back, at the Rossman Plaza. Many of people know the Rossman Plaza, great location in Orlando. We got some great content October 7th through the 10th. Everything is, we try to get the most current trends. So you're going to see a lot of technology-driven sessions. Leveraging computer forensics, connect to cars. As you can see, most cars are connecting, hitting Wi-Fi's, and so some of that. We got some an active shooter session being put on. And once again, like FLEPRU started many years ago, we're going to have our Retail Fusion Center. Retail Fusion Center gives the retailers an opportunity to meet law enforcement. Traditionally, FLEPRU draws 25 to 30 of the sheriff's offices throughout the state of Florida, many municipalities throughout the state of Florida. So it's a great opportunity for the retailers to come in, brand the table, meet law enforcement throughout the state of Florida. We get attendees even outside the state of Florida. So anyone listening to this podcast, if you want to come down to the good weather, sunny Central Florida in October, when the weather is changing maybe in your state, we welcome anybody and everybody.
No hurricanes, right? Are you making a promise of no hurricanes? It is the beginning of October.
That I can't do.
Apparently Mother Nature seems to think that every time we turn around, we're going to have a hurricane a month earlier than we should have a hurricane down there. So, FLEPRU has come so far over the years. I mean, you talk about, an organization that's focused on property crime and, talking about, vehicular theft, grand theft auto, things like that, the forensics, bringing in computer forensics technology. I mean, how far, how much further FLEPRU has come over the years? Yeah,
we've welcomed the retail community. That's one of our things we've been really focusing on over the last 10 years, and the retail community has embraced it. They're part of our organization. We really don't have necessarily an ORCA in the state of Florida, so FLEPRU is recognized as that source, as that networking, so we can train along with the retailers. I think all of these problems on our agenda affect the retail community, the general public as whole within the state of Florida. So we're looking forward to another great conference.
Yeah, absolutely. Here it is. We're looking at October 7th through the 10th down there in Orlando, Florida. So if you're a retailer operating in Florida, you're law enforcement involved in property crime investigations, make sure you get to this conference. It's a must attend every year. I know I've been going to it for about 10 years in various roles, and you get a lot out of it. A lot of great content, a lot of great education, a lot of great networking as well. I mean,
absolutely.
Talk about some folks that come together from all over the state, and I hear about all the various problems that happen. So please, if you're watching, make sure that you get out there and register for the FLEPRU conference coming up in October. Register early and make sure you get your room early as well. So, Rich, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Great to see you once again. And enjoy the rest of the conference, my friend.
Thanks, John.
All right, buddy. Hey, everybody, JC coming back at you live from RELA 2024 Asset Protection Conference in partnership with the Coalition of Law Enforcement and Retail and the National District Attorneys Association. Hey, stay tuned for more great content. This interview was brought to you by Insurity. They're one of our sponsors, so be sure to stop by their booth and check them out. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for more great content.